I am excited. We're actually starting early because I start I start playing with it like 15 minutes before we need it. Because I'm telling you, it's the internet out here. Just it does its thing. I don't even know. It just gets in a mood. So I'm throwing up my oils real quick. I've got lemon is what I am using first because that is your happy in a bottle. Do not forget that one. I'm also throwing on a little bit of peppermint because I have told you guys before that if you take your peppermint and when you're studying, you use your peppermint, and then when you go to share or teach, it helps you to remember it. So, it's that little cheat sheet that I do. So that's my lemon and peppermint going on. And then, of course, I'm going to throw on a little bit of my energy. We'll be talking about this one with our Endo Flex tonight. Because in case you don't know, we are talking hormones. Like, it's going to be for the entire month of June. Just because there's too much to put into the classes. I'm doing I'm doing 5 classes on Facebook Live, so it will be a different topic each week that I'm going to cover on hormones. And in addition to that, we're going to do a 21-day hormone reset in our group. So if you want to be a part of the 21-day hormone reset, just say, I went in, or I'm ready, or whatever you want to put over there so I know that you are going to be joining us for it, because we are going to talk hormones from the top of your head all the way down, because those hormones, those are your chemical messengers. They are chit-chatting all the time, like a super speedway going on, that highway going on, and it is continually happening, because I don't think y'all know how many things, everything that hormones do, and how many hormones there are. Like, everybody knows about thyroid hormones and estrogen and testosterone and even progesterone, but friend, there are so many, and then there are partners to different ones. So we're going to be talking about all of those, and I'm getting really nervous because it's still spinning and it still says live video starting. So I do not know. I don't know if it's working or not. I might be talking to myself again. Let's be honest, it would not be the first time that I said her talking to myself. So if you happen to come in, make sure you say hi so I know I am not all alone. Oh, you guys, I don't think it's working. It's still spinning. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to roll with it, and hopefully, if nothing else, it records it and I can share the recording, because I don't even know. But come in, say hi so I know I'm not alone. And if you have questions while I'm chatting, put the questions in there, because even if I don't have time to answer them, or let's be honest, if I get too distracted and I don't read the questions, I always come back and I read them for several days and answer questions afterwards. So anyways, there's also a link to jump in that group, our group where we go over different health stuff. There's different challenges. We've been in there this whole past month doing detox. So if you go in right now, that's what we're doing is detox. We will jump into the hormone stuff on June 9th. So if you're wanting hormone stuff, it's going to start June 9th. But I want to talk to you about some stuff that I bet you didn't even know had to do with your hormones. Like, there's weird things. So what we call symptoms is your body communicating with us. It's your body saying, hey, hey, friend, this is what I need. So when your vision gets blurry and icky and you're like, I don't know what's going on, and it could be your body saying it's tired. It could be your body saying my blood sugar is really, really high and it's making it hard to see and it's damaging things. When you have skin issues popping out, it could be your body saying, hey, my liver's not working like it's supposed to. It could be that you're having a sensitivity to something you didn't even know. We're going to be talking about squalene coming up, and it's going to blow your mind when we dig deep into that, because again, it's something we don't know. But the only way our body can tell us something's wrong is through the symptoms. And the problem is, for most of us, we take that symptom and we take a pill for it. So we'll take medicine. We have a headache, we take Tylenol. We don't go, oh, why do I have a headache? Is it because I need a little water? Is it because I need a little bit of salt? Like, what's going on? Why am I got a headache? Because we shouldn't have, unless you fell down and bumped your head shouldn't hurt. If it's hurting, it's because there's a symptom. Maybe your blood pressure's a little high. We have to ask the why. But for most of us, we have, so in medicine, we would take Tylenol, right? But when we get into Young Living, for some reason, we're still treating the symptom. We go, oh, I have a headache, and you reach for an oil that might help release some of the aches and pains going on. Instead of saying, why? Why do I have a headache? Why do my boobs hurt? Why am I constipated? Why? Because if we can start asking the right questions, We can actually hear the messages our body are giving us. Like, our body is talking all the time, and instead of fixing the why, we're putting a little electrical tape over the light in the car that's dinging that says check engine, check engine, check engine. And friend, my goal, the reason why I'm doing longer series and classes that build off of classes, because I want you to start looking into the why. Because here's the deal. We could sit down right now and I could give you some supplements that are great for your thyroid. And I could give you some different nutrients that you should probably be taking that would feed your thyroid because you think it's your thyroid. But maybe it isn't your thyroid at all. Maybe it's the command center. Because I want you to realize right up here you have a pineal, a pituitary, and a hypothalamus. And I want you to think of them as the command center. They are running the show. If it has to do with your hormones, all of the hormones are sent instantaneously through communication that starts up here, and it partners with our hypothalamus because that's how the nervous system gets in. That's how it can be sent through the nerves, or it can be sent through the blood. So hormones, boom, they are moving all over the place. And I want us to start asking the question, why is it happening? Instead of reaching for a specific thing that you think will fix it, let's go up here. Let's start here with the pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus. And in that 21-day reset, we're really going to dig into what these guys need and what can be slowing down the communication, why the signals aren't being sent. Because it might not be that your beautiful little thyroid needs things like Thyromin. That might not be it. It might not need that at all. Your beautiful little thyroid might be functioning perfectly fine, but maybe its receptors are all clogged. Maybe there's something getting in the way of that communication happening. Or maybe it's your pituitary. Maybe it's your pineal. We're going to cover that. So what are some of the random weird things? So let's see. I want to make sure I don't forget anything. All right. So, okay. Waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day. You wake up between 2 and 4. You wake up. You're wide awake. You're laying there. You're like, why am I awake? What is happening? Well, that's hormonal most of the time. I mean, you might just have to pee, but usually it's hormones. It is elevated cortisol that is elevating at the wrong time for the wrong reason. It can also be because your blood sugar dipped a little bit and your body went, oh, wait, it's getting too low. And it will give that increase of cortisol, which will give you an increase of the glycogen. And it's the cycle that happens. And now you've got this cortisol, because cortisol's job is to wake us up. Cortisol is the good guy. It wants to wake us up in the morning, but it's kicking out at the wrong time. And so the science shows us that it could literally be that it's not just your brain and you've got so many thoughts going on, which you might have, but it could be your beautiful little adrenals kicking out cortisol at the wrong time. That is a hormonal insufficiency. It is things going crazy and it's kicking out at the wrong time. That's just the way it happens. Again, that blood sugar drop. So maybe you skipped dinner or you're doing some water fasting. That can actually trigger that nighttime wake up happening. It doesn't mean you can't water fast. It just means there's some little things that we can do to tweak it so that we feel better during the process, because getting tired, not good either. How about brain fog? The brain fog that no matter how much caffeine you down, you can't get rid of. You're like, I am just in a constant fluttery, not knowing what I was getting ready to do, what I was going into the kitchen for, don't remember what I was supposed to be doing. That can actually be low estrogen. Low estrogen. I'm just saying it can cause problems with your energy. It can be insulin resistance that can be happening. It can be the two tag teaming on you. And so no matter how much caffeine you do, no matter how much exercise, because people are always told if you don't have energy, get up and exercise, and energy makes energy. Not always. Not always. If it's your hormones that's the underlying cause, then it doesn't matter how much exercise you do, you're still going to feel tired. So making sure that we're talking about those things, making sure that glucose is getting to the brain, because that can do the same thing. If your brain, if the receptors are the little puzzle pieces, if they're clogged, if they're not getting the communication, they're not getting up to the brain, they actually say that type 3 diabetes, so we have type 1, which means pancreas broken, not working. Type 2 is usually because of things that we did ourselves. It's dietary choices and it's things that we can fix, that type of a thing. Type 3 is actually that same insulin resistance that's happening with type 2, but it's happening in your brain. And so your brain is not getting the fuel, the glucose that it needs. So you have brain fog because it's not getting in there, because it's kind of like if, a bird poops on the windshield and you just do the wipers, but there was no water and it just smears and now you can't see anything. That's what's happening in our brain. And that can be caused, like I said, from that low estrogen. It can be caused from glucose uptake. It can be caused from, but all of those are hormonal. So the coolest thing about all these different hormonal things is they can be fixed. They can be fixed. We can dial in. We can figure out the why for you personally. That's why I said we're digging in for 21 days, because your why could be different than, Sally's why or my why of why those things are happening. So I'm just saying, how about crying all the time? Dog food commercial comes out, I'm so sad, the baby, and all the things have you just absolutely triggered. So what could that be? That could be your estrogen. That could be your progesterone. That could be your thyroid. That could be that anxiety that's happening because the thyroid and the adrenals aren't communicating. That could be because your brain is not making the neurotransmitters. But all of those are hormones, every single one of those. So if you feel like you are just overreacting either in the sad and you're constantly crying and you don't know why, if you feel like you are constantly raging, you are angry about everything, every little thing just sets you on edge, you just want to fight constantly, and everybody you know is stupid, and everywhere you go it's stupid people, and your kid spills a glass of milk and you freak out. You just overreact. That rage that's there. You're on your TikToks and you're hearing something political and you go crazy. That rage, friend, that isn't normal. That is when the hormones are going crazy. That is testosterone being out of control. That is adrenaline from your adrenals. That is your body is not in balance. It's hormones happening to you. You are not crazy. It's not your fault. There is a way to find that balance again, so that when stuff happens, we don't overreact, whether it is tears, whether it is anger, none of those. It's not, we're supposed to be like Mary Stinkin' Poppins. We're supposed to, right here in the center, stuff happens. We're supposed to be able to bop back. We're supposed to have good times. Bad things happen, but we come back to center. That's when our hormones are doing the hormone thing, and we want to feed them. We want to love on them. I love every little thing about my body. Every little thing about my body is amazing, and I want to answer the question why. Why am I yelling? Why am I sad? Why? I don't want to just take, my happy in a bottle that I talk about loving all the time. If I have to constantly be slapping on that happy in a bottle, then I need to stop and say, whoa, why am I sad? Like, what is happening inside? And I am telling you, I know y'all are going to think I'm crazy and woo-woo on this, but when you start actually asking your body the question, why is that happening? Things will start popping up. You'll be on Facebook, and all of a sudden there's going to be a post and be like, oh my gosh, that's what I was just thinking about. I was just wondering about. So some of that will happen. You're also going to find a lot of those answers in that 21-day reset I'm talking about. So rage, we already talked about that. That's low progesterone, high estrogen, high testosterone, that irritability, that short fuse. It can be all of those things. Super dry skin or breakouts that don't make sense. So that can be from either side. So you can have the acne happening, or you can have people get like rashes on the back of their neck, their ears get all scaly, psoriasis, that kind of stuff. Did you know that can have a hormonal connection? Well, it can. That can be partnering with your thyroid in that excess cortisol and the stress markers going off. It can be from a sluggish liver, a slow functioning liver. It could be from any of those things, but they all come back to, let's find the why. Let's find the why, because we shouldn't have to suffer with these skin issues that are like so common. Like everybody has different things going on. Patches of super dry skin or the red rashes or all those different things. They're there. How about just plain low libido? Like having zero desire for sex, or zero ability to have sex. And this is male and female. I've said it before, and you'll hear me say it throughout this series a lot, but men, you should be capable of having sex. You should want to have sex. And women, you should want to have sex, and you should enjoy the process. Orgasms should be like Halloween at candy. We should all be having these amazing orgasms because they do so many good things for our body. But the question is, if We don't need a pill to make it hard. Like, we need to say why. Why is it not getting hard and staying hard? Let's find the cause. Let's find the cause, take care of the cause, and then everything else comes into alignment on its own. Ladies, if you're having a hard time achieving that orgasm and getting there, that's hormonal, friend. If it is dry and it hurts and you're having intercourse, it shouldn't hurt. I don't care what age you are. Intercourse should be enjoyable. I mean, unless you want a little pain, that's on you. You do you, boo. But I'm just saying, overall, it should be an enjoyable, safe, wonderful experience. And we're not. Like, the fact that so many commercials are out there for enhancing the size, making it bigger, getting it harder, getting it where it stays hard for 6 hours. Good God, who needs that anyways? I'm just saying that it's happening, and we're all afraid to talk about it. We're all too shy to say, listen, Shannon, I can't have intercourse because it hurts when he tries to stick it in. Nobody wants to say that. We're all embarrassed, but it's not happening just to you. It's happening to so many people, but we don't talk about it, and we're going to go deep. We're going to discuss the how and the why so we can get there. And it's one of the classes we're actually doing at the end of the month. It's like the last one in June that we're doing on a Monday is going to be sexual health and the whole low libido and getting that back. Because testosterone, and for some reason, some crazy reason, we seem to think that testosterone has one job. I mean, it may be what guys talk about the most. They want that erection. They want sex, right? That's what we think. But the truth is, younger and younger men are not even caring about sex. We're talking in the 30s, they stop having that desire. They stop being able to get a hard erection going on. And 30s, are you kidding? That used to be something that happened in our 80s. And testosterone isn't just about an erection. That's just one of the many things testosterone does. Testosterone, I want you to think heart health. When you think of testosterone, because testosterone helps build muscle mass, right? So it helps with the big, strong muscles. When you have low testosterone, the muscles can't build as well. But what is your heart, friend? Your heart is a muscle. I need my heart muscle. My muscle. I need my heart to be strong. I need that muscle to pop like it's supposed to. I need it to beat strong and hard until I'm 120 years old. I guess that's when I'll be like, okay, it can slow down if it wants, right? But that's testosterone, and that's male and female. The number one killer of men and women right now is still heart disease. Even with all the other stuff we got going on, heart disease, still number one. But did you know that your hormones have a role in how your heart beats? Well, it does. Testosterone is a piece of that picture. That's so important. And even your blood pressure. Your hormones have a role in that. Think about it. When you get stressed out and you're freaking out and you're, all the things, your blood pressure goes up. It's like even a cartoon. You can see somebody's face get red and smoke coming out of their head. That's hormonal. That is the adrenaline happening from your adrenals. That is that cortisol happening. Just so important to think about that. Anxiety and panic attacks. I am blown away at the sheer volume of people that talk to me because the anxiety that they have, that just everything, the world is coming to an end, and they are so, it almost hurts my heart. They are so overwhelmed with the anxiety that they are going through. And I'm here to tell you, you're not broken. You're not. And you are not alone. You are not the only person going through it, but it's hormonal. It's a connection between your pineal, your pituitary, your thyroid, and your adrenals. And we can say, why? What's happening? What are our missing pieces? So we can put the puzzle pieces together so that we don't feel that way. That anxiety runs right along with the crying all the time and the absolute anger and the rage. All of those are in the same family, and there is an answer. And it does not come in the form of a pill. And I mean, like, listen, I can tell you right now, Young Living, we have some amazing products that are great for our hormones. We've got our PD8020. It's pregnenolone and 80% pregnenolone, 20% DHEA. Beautiful. We'll talk about that a little bit. We've got Endogize, food for the endocrine system. We've got Cardiogize, it's food for the heart. Not sure why that one's out here. Powergize. We've got Thyromin. We've got lots of different supplements that are food for your endocrine. But if you don't know the why, if you don't know which piece is hinky, if you don't know which chemicals that you are already consuming that are filling in the puzzle pieces, that the receptors are gumming up the works. So no matter how many of these you were to take, no matter how many, people go to their doctor and their doctor will do their blood work and the doctor will say, no, your hormones are fine. Your TSH looks great. And they're like, how can it look great? My hair is falling out. My nails are thin. My skin, I'm tired. And you go through the list and you're like, but I thought for sure it was my thyroid. The doctor says, no, it's all fine. You probably need an antidepressant, or it's fine. You probably need an anti-anxiety drug, or it's fine. You're just exaggerating, or it's fine. And they gaslight us, but we still don't feel good. In this series, I want us to know why. I want us to know, friend, what is getting in the way of your body's own hormones from functioning like they're supposed to. Now, understand, there is an ebb and flow to our hormones. As we age, things change. It's normal, but it's the excess that we have going on. At 30, not being able to get an erection is not normal. At 90, if you're having a hard time getting it hard, then we can talk. But all the other stuff, is that normal? It's just not. We're supposed to feel good. And the reason I started the iodine, if you have not been partnering with me in the iodine series on my personal page, I started with that maybe a week ago because it's like 10, 15 days on its own. And here's what I know. There are certain foods that feed our system. They feed us at a cellular level. And when those foods are not, first of all, in your diet, or we're letting artificial stuff fill in the puzzle places, our body can't function right. So I really encourage you, go back to the first post I did on the iodine series. Just it's on my personal page. Just scroll, and you'll see me having a temper tantrum about iodine, and start there. They're long. I know they are. It's like reading a book. I'm actually going to, I think I'm turning it all into a book because I've got like 21 more chapters and we're at post 9. I can't help myself. But I knew that I could not get your hormones talking to each other. I could not get your energy back up. I couldn't get you feeling better if we didn't start with iodine first. So that's where I started. So look at that. If you know that you have been eating crap nonstop because it's the only thing that keeps you moving, and you're just like, it's what I have to do for energy, Shannon, you don't understand, then I need you to go into the group. The link is in the description. I need you to go in there, and I need you to go back to the detox videos, the detox post, and I need you to start reading. And I need you to start educating yourself so that you can start hearing the why. Your body will start speaking so much louder and so much clearer when you start asking it and you start cleaning the receptors. Because this is the world according to Shannon. I submit to you that part of our problem is our brain is so chemically, it's been so attacked. There's so many chemicals that are messing with you, friend, that you just don't know that you're making bad decisions because you don't know any better. Fluoride alone. You guys, this is in the iodine series, so I'm just going to take 2 seconds, but did you know that fluoride was actually used in the concentration camps? Do not argue with me. It just is what it is. In the concentration camps, to keep the people in the concentration camps calm so they wouldn't fight back because it messes with the brain that much. And they put fluoride in our water supply. They put, I'm telling you, you don't make good decisions, not because it's not because you're weak. It's not because you're stupid. It's not because you have no self-control. Friend, they've screwed with us. They just have. So I want you to go check those things out and then click the button to join us for the 21-day reset, because I want to break it down. I'm going to go over every single product that Young Living has that affects hormones. And I'm going to tell you why it affects it, what it affects it, and which ones connect together, and the foods that connect together that will feed your soul. They will feed your cells so you can feel good. We're going to talk about what I've lost 250 pounds now, y'all. It's gone up. I'm so excited. 250 pounds. I still have like about 100 pounds to release. But I'm telling you, a huge part of it is the hormones, getting them balanced so that we're not cuckoo crazy not sure what's happening in our world. And I want to dig through. And I'm telling you, I know I write so long. I try to make my post short. I do, but I'm a talker. And I keep thinking, oh, you need to know this. If you know this piece, it will do this for you. But if you ever need to, skim it. Just skim. Just take the little pieces. I bold the stuff that you really got to pick up on. I bold it. I make it big. But I do the best that I can. I think I hit all of them. Panic attacks, weight gain. Weight gain is not your fault. They are messing with us with the stuff that's in our food. They're messing with us. It's not that you need to be vegan. I've done that, or vegetarian. I've done that, or keto. I've done that, or carnivore. I've done that. All the things. You want to know when I started losing weight? I'm doing a whole class on it because I started releasing weight when I started just eating whole food as close to nature as possible. I didn't worry about what times I ate. I literally half my plate in veggies. A quarter of my plate was some type of a potato or sweet potato or squash. And then a quarter of my plate was protein. Like, that's the whole class there. We're done. We only have to do any more. I did take a lot of supplements that I think helped and different oils that helped. But in the end, it was the food. It was saying that if I didn't make it, I didn't get it. So I make my own dressings. I make my own ketchup, my own mayo. And I've shared all those types of recipes on Shannon Hudson YL. So you can go to my website and pull up the recipes. They're all quick and easy. I have the attention span of a gnat. So my recipes have to be quick and easy because otherwise I won't do it. But anyways, memory loss. Did you know memory loss, depression that men have, especially after they retire, it's hormonal. I'm just putting it out there. It's hormonal. Part of what testosterone does for our men is help them to remember the things. It helps their brain to continue staying on. It helps with our dopamine, serotonin, all of the different neurotransmitters, which are a part of that hormonal cascade, which we will get into. It does all the things. It's the low DHEA. Low DHEA, low testosterone, I'm telling you. And then when men have the high cortisol too, so they've got that low testosterone, they've got low DHEA, and then they have high cortisol because they're stressing over all the stuff they can't do. They're like, I don't feel like a man. I can't do this. I can't do that. So cortisol keeps creeping up. I'm telling you, it's like wipes their brain. It's why they can stare and do absolutely nothing for such a long time. It's because all of this is being shut off, and we can flip the switch. I hope if nothing else you get out of this, you're not crazy. It's not your fault, and there are answers. We can change it. We just can. And I know it's confusing because typically when I have a class, I have like 52 different things that I tell you to do. I tell you the foods, I tell you the oils, I tell you all the things. And this time, I can't. It's 21 days. It's a 21-day commitment to understanding how your body works. We are starting on June 9th. Get yourself added to that group. Start reading the iodine information and start just oiling up. Start eating some real food. That's what I can tell you. Now, I am a huge believer that if you would start eating lemon every single morning in your hot water with some Celtic salt, put your oils in there. I use a lot of grapefruit vitality. I use a lot of citrus fresh. I think that they have really made a difference for me. I do my ninja red, and I put so many different things in my ninja red. It's food. I make sure that throughout the day I get food. I eat a whole lot of olive oil. I'm telling you, fats are your friend. Your body will respond. Your skin will look younger. I mean, I am pretty proud of the fact that I have lost 250 pounds. And, okay, my skin on my belly, if I were to show you that, or my arms, they flap. That's going on. That's big. But my skin on my face has been really tight. And I'm telling you, it's the fats, it's the foods that I'm choosing to eat that makes that difference. So if you are moody, if you are cranky, if you have any of the things, comment moody, cranky. You can post that you don't have a libido. Put it in the comments so other people know they're not alone, that they're not crazy, that they're not the only ones. Because I'm telling you, we are going to make a difference. And I need you to share this far and wide so other people know that they're not crazy, that they're not alone, that they're not the only ones that are going through the things. Because do you know even constipation, there's a hormonal connection to constipation. I'm just saying. All right, you guys, I'm really trying hard to keep this at half an hour. And I have no idea how long it is because it's still spinning. I really hope that you guys seen it because there were 0 comments the entire time. So we'll find out. All right. I can't end it because it says it's still starting. That is going to